Hello guys and welcome back to TechWolf and to this Comptia Plus Core 2 quiz. And the questions in this quiz will cover and will test your knowledge in operating systems and file types. And if you would like to support the channel, click the join button to join the channel's membership by clicking join button next to subscribe button. In that way you will be able to support my work only for $1.90 per month, which is less than a coffee, and will also have access to member videos. So, no further ado, let's get into it. Which of the following are examples of hardware tokens? Select two answers. Cable lock, key fob, smart card, biometric reader, or passphrase. And here the correct answers are key fob and smart card. And that's the correct answer. If an application written for an earlier version of Microsoft Windows doesn't run correctly, the operating system can emulate its own older version to allow a given program to work with newer hardware or software. The compatibility mode settings in Windows 10 can be changed manually by right-click on the program icon and selecting Run Program using recommended compatibility settings option from a pop-up menu. Choosing Restore Previous Versions option from a pop-up menu, and then applying the required settings on the Compatibility tab. Selecting Compatibility Mode option from the pop-up menu and applying the required settings. Or click on the Properties menu item, applying the required settings on the Compatibility tab. And here, if you are looking at this question and you think that this question is quite complicated, then first thing in exam, if you are doing your Comptia Plus Core 2 exam, you always look at the very startings, like I'm mentioning in all these test quizzes. Always try to understand the meaning of what question is asking and look at the start of the answers. Because in many cases, in 90% of cases, the correct answer is already at the very start of the answer. And here you would know that in many cases, or also in more than 90% of cases, everything happens whenever you click in properties, whether it's managing printers, whether it's managing applications, or whether it's managing your files and folders on your operating system. If you want to do some changes, most likely you will be clicking on properties. So here's also the correct answer is clicking on the properties menu item, applying the required settings on the compatibility tab. And this is the correct answer. Next question, which of the answers listed below refers to a type of file containing an exact copy of the contents of an optical disk? Snapshot file, shadow copy, swap file, ISO image, or master image? And here the correct answer is ISO image. Which of the following answer refers to application distribution methods? So what type of application distribution methods are there? All of the above. This means that all answers are correct. Network downloads, USB flash drives, ISO images, optical storage media, CD, DVD or Blu-ray discs. And here the correct answer is all of the above. Which of the statements listed below describes the characteristic features of open source application and operating systems? So, open source applications. Select two answers. Free access to the application code, proprietary software, permission to use application only under certain conditions, lack of free access to the application code, permission to modify and redistribute the application. And here the correct answer is free access to the application code and permission to modify and redistribute the application. As with open source applications, you can freely interact with code, you can create your own versions of applications, and you can freely distribute these types of applications. Which of the following are not examples of proprietary software? Select all that apply. iOS, MS Windows, Linux, Android, or macOS? And the correct answers here is Linux, as Linux is not proprietary software, and Android, as Android is also not a proprietary software. And this is correct answer. Which of the answers listed below refers to the characteristics of macOS? Select all that apply. Designed for tablets, developed by Apple, designed for desktops, developed by Microsoft, designed for laptops, or developed by Google. And here's the correct answer. Is developed by Apple, designed for laptops, and also designed for desktops. What is the name of the lightweight operating system designed by Google for small factor PCs, laptops, tablets, and mobile devices? macOS, Android, Chrome OS, or iOS? And here the correct answer is Chrome OS or Chrome operating system. Which of the following answers refers to an operating system that uses web browser as its main user interface? macOS, Linux, Chrome OS, or Microsoft Windows? And here the correct answer also is Chrome operating system or Chrome OS. Which of the answers listed below refer to the characteristics of iPad OS? Select two answers. Developed by Microsoft, developed by Google, designed for workstations, developed by Apple, designed for smartphones, or designed for tablets. So iPad OS. And here straight away we know that it is developed by Apple, and as it is iPad OS, this means that it is also designed for tablets. And these are the correct answers. An Apple proprietary operating system or OS designed for tablets, smartphones, and mobile devices is called Android, macOS, Chrome OS, or iOS. And here the correct answer is iOS. Which of the following answers refers to an open source mobile operating system designed by Google for smartphones and tablets? iOS, Windows, Android, or Chrome OS? And here the correct answer is Android. Examples of workstations include. So what are the workstations, or which operating systems are made for workstations from all of these? Select all that apply. Android, iPad OS, Windows, Linux, iOS, macOS, or Chrome OS. And here the correct answers are Windows, Linux, and macOS, and Chrome OS, as Chrome OS is also made for desktop computers. And these are the correct answers. Which of the answers listed below refer to operating systems used in smartphones and tablets? Select three answers. iPad OS, macOS, Chrome OS, Android, and iOS. And here the correct answers are iOS, Android, and iPad OS. Which of the following answers refers to a file system type specific to Microsoft Windows operating systems? So which file systems are compatible with Microsoft Windows operating system? In other words, this question would sound exFAT, FAT32, APFS, NTFS, ext4, or ext3. And here the correct answers would be exFAT, FAT32, and NTFS, or New Technology File System, which is the native or developed by Microsoft file system. And let's submit, and these are the correct answers. The 4 GB maximum file size limit and 2 TB maximum volume size limit are the characteristic features of which file system? FAT32, exFAT, NFS, or NTFS file system. So which characteristics are these? 4 GB maximum file size or folder size and limit of 2 TB maximum per partition, or in Windows partition is called volume. And here the correct answer is FAT32. The advantages of NTFS over FAT32 file system include compression, All of the above features are improvements implemented in NTFS, not available in FAT32. Encryption, disk quotas, object permissions, increased file size limit. And here the correct answer is all of the above features are improvements implemented in NTFS which are not available in FAT32 file system. X3 and X4 are examples of default file system used by. So for which operating systems the default file systems are X3 and X4? macOS, iOS, Linux distributions, or Windows Server? And here the correct answer is Linux distributions. Which of the answers listed below refers to a file system developed by Apple for its operating systems? NTFS, FAT, exFAT, or APFS? And here the correct answer is APFS. A Microsoft proprietary file system optimized for flash drives is known as FAT32, exFAT, NFS, APFS, or X3. And here the correct answer is exFAT. Which of the following terms refers to a product service that no longer receives continuing support? EOL, ETL, EOF, or ERP? And here the correct answer is EOL, or end of life. An operating system cross-platform compatibility feature allows certain types of data files created on one type of operating system to be seamlessly read and modified on different operating system type. And is it true or false? And here the correct answer is that it is true. Another true or false question, asking if all modern applications are designed as cross-platform software which allows them to be run on different operating systems, e.g. Windows, Linux or macOS, without any modifications in the application source code. And here the correct answer is false, as there are no applications which could run on all operating systems. Which of the operating system boot methods listed below takes advantage of network interface? CD-ROM, DVD or Blu-ray, eSATA, PXE, USB, HDD or SSD, or disk partition. So which of the OS boot methods listed below takes advantage of a network interface? And here the correct answer is PXE. And there you have it, this was another quiz from me. If you are interested in more quizzes, find the link to all Comptia Plus quizzes in the first pinned comment of this video. And like I mentioned at the start, if you would like to support the channel, click the join button, which is located next to subscribe button under this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.